Oh, hello, YouTube. Oh, sorry, I was just going through the manual that they got me with this Chinese excavator. So, if you're like me, you probably didn't get one when you got this thing. So, like I said in my other videos, I'll make the mistake so you don't have to. Well, apparently I'm a professional at this, so I made another mistake. My buddy stopped by last night. He's one of my neighbors, Blake, and I was telling him about he came over for something else, but he was telling about my mini excavator. Told him it was leaking, and right now I have the floor plate off still in there, and I've taken apart everything. I looked at the hoses, I took out the bidirectional control unit, that the foot pedals and everything are connected to, and I just couldn't really quite figure out where the leak was at. And whenever I put it under a lot of pressure, that's when it would leak more, and I just really couldn't figure out what was going on. Well, in my previous videos, I talked about filling this thing up and that this is the siding, you know, glass here to check that hydraulic fluid. So that's true. That is the hydraulic fluid siding glass. It is supposed to be full. Uh, like I said in the video, you do fill it to the top. But um, as I learned last night from my neighbor, who's a heavy equipment operator, he says, well, when I was telling him what was going on, and he's looking at the machine, and I told him, it's full. He's because he come and looked at it. He's like, oh yeah, that looks good. So we checked on that, and as he's looking at it, he says he's looking at my boom over here, and he sees that it's all the way out here. And I had these out a little bit, and of course my boom was out center. So he says, "Hey, so that's full. Your sight glass here shows that it's full uh, here, uh, but I can see that you have those extended." And I'm like, "Yeah." He says, "Well, that's probably what the problem is right there." So when you fill this up, and it came with fluid in it, and I drained all that fluid out, and you should drain all the fluids out, I believe. I mean, the hydraulic fluid looked okay, but the oil was terrible. So, I'm thinking it's low, because I didn't see it. But when I'd run the machine, it'd run around half of this. So where the little red dots at here on your machine on this IRE20, and I'm sure a number of these machines probably have this. So if you're like me and you're fairly new with dealing with this kind of stuff, you got into something like this, to save some money because, it's 3 times more to buy something else used, even it's more expensive significantly. And you just need something for around the property. You may not know these things. I didn't. And so, anyways, as I find these things out, and I'm sure I will find out more. I still have to adjust the tracks and change those out and do all this stuff. Cushion valve. There's another valve I want to put on this as well to kind of smooth the machine out even more. So, anyway, he says to me, he says, "Hey, so when you're filling this shouldn't be full when those are extended out. So you need to compress everything, collapse everything in totally. So when you move it out, this will go back down. It will drop down. And then if you want to check it, you collapse everything. And if it comes back up to the top, then you're still full. Otherwise, you're overpressuring the system. So it's probably, that I'm leaking like that when I'm putting it under intense pressure. And I didn't put it under intense pressure last time I used it, so it didn't drain out on me. So it seems to also have stopped leaking, and it didn't leak out at all in my shop, and it didn't, and it's still full. So I may not even have a problem. It may be just fine. I just need to reduce this fluid in here from overpressuring it. So, uh, you know, so I've got this here, to change gear oil and stuff in my little side by side and stuff, and that sort of stuff. So, anyways, I just got a little bucket here, and got one of these. This is a little OMT fluid extractor, and I just got this off Amazon for like $9. So this thing here is, I mean, it's pretty cheap. That's not bad. So I am going to suck out this fluid here um, into this bucket, and I'm going to kind of compress, one of these at a time. Well, I'm going to suck some fluid out till it drops down here, and then I'm going to compress these and, probably one at a time, and then take out fluid till it drops down again. you know, and then I'll have it all compressed, you know, for the last thing, and then I'll make sure it's full, and then I'll work the machine so that I can see that it drops back down, and then I'll compress everything again. And what I mean by compress is this will not be extended, you know, this is going to be lifted all the way out. So you know, if you're one of the folks that just wants to get the gist of the video and be done with it, you understand, you got it, which most of y'all are probably like that. I think you understand what I'm saying now. So if you didn't know this and didn't know how to fill it, compress everything, fill it up, cap it. That's it. Make sure, don't forget that if your boom swings in, you know, if you got a boom swing, make sure you turn that in. Make sure you lift up your blade. Make sure you extend this all the way out. You know, extend your thumb up, your bucket out. You know, the whole deal. Get everything compressed, then fill it up. Then you're good to go. That's the gist of the video, guys. So if you don't want to watch me do this, you can go ahead and cut off and go do something probably more important with your time. But if you do want to see this, I'm going to go ahead and knock this out, and I'm just going to do it on camera. So you guys can take a look at it. One other thing, though, I would say maybe before you took off here, before I start actually doing this, is I did pick this up. This is a little VVOR tool set. And again, I'm not paid for any of this stuff I'm showing you. I don't, you know, I mean, I could put links to it if you want. If you throw it in the comment and somebody wants the link to it on Amazon, I'll put the link in there, but they don't pay me for this or anything. I just want to show you so that you guys know what to get for you. Now, they do make these kits smaller. This one was a little bit more expensive because this had more pieces to it. So there's a number of different ones, you know, 9-piece, 11-piece, whatever, however many pieces. Y'all will see that when you get on there. But I like this set because it kind of had everything. So I could use this for my tractor too, because I've got the Pioneer quick release stuff, and so it comes with all that, you know. So I've got quick release stuff, and then you got pretty much every adapter, you know, in here, I think, that you probably would need. So hopefully y'all can see that, you know. But yeah, I would check this out. It seems solid. It's got a really nice case with it. This case is pretty solid too. I'm surprised, actually. I thought it was going to be something junky, but this is like a regular Pelican case type case. It's got the little, just trying to push those in there. But it's got the little air deal here to, you know, whatever. It's really solid, and man, this thing is heavy. Like it's got heft to it. I mean, this thing is solid. So anyway, I'd recommend probably getting that. And when I check the pressures on this stuff, I'll probably go ahead and do a video on that as well. So stay tuned for that in the very near future. And we'll see how it does. But my guess is it probably does pretty good. It's pretty solid. So anyway, I'm going to go ahead and get started on this here. So go ahead and take this out here. And I'm not going to compress all this stuff, you know, because that's what's making the problem worse. Is that I've been using this thing with it overfilled, basically. So I'll take my little pump here. Got this little guy here. Just gonna unscrew it here, and it comes with a couple of these. Comes with 2 different size hoses here. So this is a little bit thicker one. They have another one that's less diameter. So you can probably shoot a 177 BB through that thing. It's pretty small. So I used the biggest one I had here that came with it. But yeah, just put this thing together. It's pretty easy to put together here. Put this thing in there and just suck it out. Put it in and suck it out. So that's what I'm going to be doing here with this. This and my little bucket here, my little paint bucket. All right. There we go, guys. So hopefully, this is close enough for y'all to see here. But it filled right up. This thing works great for $9, man. I'm pretty happy with it. Pretty simple little deal here, and then just gonna squirt that stuff out. All right, so one shot of that and it's still full. So that's how full this thing is. Man, this thing works really good. It really pulls that fluid all the way up. All right, guys. So now, um, I know y'all probably can't see it from that distance there, but right now the sight glass is showing me just above the red dot. So I've taken 2 of these out. It's what do we got here? We got about a quarter of a quart, you know, or about 400 cc's. So that we've taken out so far. So I'm going to go ahead and take it out one more, maybe 2, and then I'll turn it on and compress something and see what it does. All right, man, I like that thing. This thing works real good. Holds it in there good too until you're ready to squirt it out. So all right, well, that just put us down like right over the red dot. So half of the red dot now is covered. Nothing like dropping a little expensive hydraulic fluid down the drain. Well, hopefully y'all won't make the same mistake I did. And for those of you that are new to this, now you'll know how to fill this thing up properly, and you'll know how to check it properly. All right, so that's got us down to the very bottom. That's might be all I can get out. We'll see. Nope, they let me pull a whole other thing out of it, so that's good. All right, y'all, so I am to the bottom. So I want to go ahead and turn this thing on. And go ahead and I'm going to go ahead and extend the boom this time, and then we'll just keep doing new stuff. So with that, probably need to move this out of the way. I'm going to take this off over here. All right, move my little high-speed VVOR set here. Throw that on the back of my little trailer here. All right. Ugh. Man, I'm getting old. I swear. Got to grunt just to climb up here. It's ridiculous. All right. Whoop. All right, y'all, I'm going to go ahead and take a look here and just kind of see so I can extend the bucket out as well. Ugh, if I can. Yeah, it's still all the way down, so I'm going to go ahead and keep pushing stuff in. All right, bucket's all the way in. And we got the thumb all the way in, so let's go ahead and take a look at that. All right, so now I'm showing about a quarter of a tank down there right now. So it's getting there for sure. So we'll just keep on going, compressing things here. So I think, let's see, we got that one. We'll turn this bad boy a little bit. I know I've heard some people talk about how this thing kind of skips and it starts to, you know, shoot over or goes this way. While the tracks are still here, the boom will start moving this way, kind of on its own, kind of ticking along. I've had that problem as well. It still does that. So You just have to know that's what it does, I guess. All right, so go ahead and swing the boom over now and push that in. All right, so now we got that compressed. All right, go ahead and shut her down here. All right. Ugh. Man, I'm getting old, I swear. All right, y'all. So right now, with everything compressed, so I've got, let's see if I'm, make sure I'm not missing anything. Got the bucket, that one's compressed. We've got the thumb here, that's compressed. So it's compressed in here all the way down into that piston. And then, of course, we got the boom swung over. So that's compressed. I've got this lifted up. Let me see if I can lift, maybe actually might lift that up a little bit more. Let's see. Oh, turn on the old electric here. There we go. All right, y'all, so that's compressed now. So that's everything that I can compress in this. So now we take the sight reading, and I'm just at the bottom of the red dot that you'll see here on your little IRE20 here. So now I'm just going to take some of that fluid, so I don't put it, waste it all. I'm going to dump it back in there until this is full. Okay. All right. So everything looks good. Let's go ahead and grab up my goodie bucket here with my yummy sauce. All right. Sure, there's probably somebody out there going, oh my God, you're putting this stuff back in. Well, that's what I'm doing. I do what I want. I'm old and grumpy. Most of the time, just ask my wife. All right, y'all, let's put this in. We'll put this in kind of slow, make sure that we're filling it to the top here. It looks like it's going in. All right, so let's see. So almost a quarter. It's almost a quarter of a quart every time I give it a squirt. I think earlier I said a quarter, but it was a half. Two of these was about a half, a little less than that, I guess. So, all right. Pick this up here. All right, y'all. Let's see what we got here. All right. All right. So that's almost half a quart there from that bottom red. All right, so just filled that up with the rest of that. Go ahead and take this off, let that run out of there. There we go. Get a few pumps and get that stuff out of there. Get that junk out of the hose there. All right. All right, y'all. So now let's go ahead and take our yummy bucket here. I'm gonna throw it over here back on the trailer. Go ahead and throw the cap on this bad boy. The trailer could probably use a waterproofing, actually. All right, y'all. So now I've got it filled up to where I just have a bubble up here at the top. So now I expect this is going to drop whenever I extend this out. So now, if y'all were going to check your hydraulic fluid and you want to see what level it's supposed to be at the right way, this is the right way to do it here. So now I got the bubble at the top, at the very top. I'm going to turn her on. We're going to get this thing moving, and I'm just going to kind of put it like I had it, in the video in the beginning. So, and then we'll take a look at that sight window again, and hopefully we're on our way to the races here. Not too hot yet today. It's not bad here in the shade, so that's good. Man, I was doing some shooting videos. I know I do these mini excavator videos and some other stuff. On my channel, I like to do this kind of stuff here, you know. When I put the windmill up and we get that equipment, I'll show that video as well. So I'm going to do some like homesteading type stuff here, and I like to do shooting, you know, shooting sports, and shoot different guns and stuff like that. And hopefully I'll be doing these steel challenges. We'll get some of that stuff. So I don't know if you know, you may or may not be interested in that, but if you are, you know, I would highly recommend that you subscribe to my my gun junk list, playlist there. And if you like this kind of stuff and you don't like the gun stuff, uh, you know, I put all these videos into my mini excavator um, playlist there, so that y'all don't have to go and sort through stuff y'all don't want to see. So if you like both, by all means subscribe to both. But you know, please subscribe, and please you know, subscribe to those playlists that you're interested in, or in general if you like both things. So these are things I like to do, so I figured I'll share it with y'all. Plus I love making all these mistakes on the mini excavator. They just make me so happy, especially when I'm in the middle of a project and it breaks and I got to go tear the whole thing apart, put the whole thing back together, which I would have done a video on that for y'all, but it's pretty simple. The other video I did, that first hour long one where I took everything off, you know, the little manifold here, the bidirectional, you know, uh, manifold that's here for the hydraulics that your two main hydraulics go into, and then your sticks and your two pedals go into. It just has 3 bolts on the backside. All I did was take the hoses off and take those 3 bolts off the backside and drain it out and inspect it and see if it was cracked and any issues. So if y'all watch that video where I'm kind of showing the inside and you see the foot pedals and that stuff, that's the thing I pulled out. So I don't think there's really too much a reason to do a whole video on that, since it's pretty simple to do that. So when the truth is, I probably just blew out an O-ring, you know, because I had it overpressured. I mean, I'm looking back at the bucket right now. I probably got, you know, a half a quart maybe in there, that I went over, that I overfilled this thing because I didn't know what I was doing. I didn't know how to do this. So I'm learning. Y'all can learn with me, you know. And if you're a member, if you subscribe to my channel, you know, we got a long way to go. So I'll be putting videos out all the time on this stuff. So as this stuff happens, so hopefully you can watch me grow as a channel and be a part of that, and make sure, you know, you share my stuff if you like it, and you got folks that are into that stuff, into shooting sports, or, you know, gear reviews for that kind of stuff, or this homesteading type stuff, doing things like that in projects. So all right, y'all, so I'm going to go ahead and fire this thing up, and we'll do another check here, and then we'll go ahead and call it good for the day. Oh, that was nice and smooth. Oh, that sounded better, a lot better too. All right. I don't know, y'all can compare. I did it from the front of the video, how that sounded when I moved the bucket compared to that time with the right amount of fluid in it. All right, that's good. Just go ahead and curl that bad boy back up, and let's drop this down. Oh, that's smooth. Yeah, it was kind of jerky and stuff again. I was getting kind of worried there, but that wasn't bad at all. Nice and smooth. All right. All right, y'all, so that's pretty much how it was there when I started out here. So let's go ahead and take a look at this thing, and let's see where it's at now. So, all right, so right now we've got this extended, we've got this extended, we've got the boom extended as well, since it's not turned this way. In fact, I could have turned it out more to turn it the other way. So, all right, so looking in here at my sight glass, So now it's down to about that first hole. So you have the red dot in the center of this machine, and probably a lot of the other ones probably have the same exact sight glass since it's Chinese stuff anyway. And you got the 5 holes that go around that. Well, I'm just at the top of that top hole there for the fluid, so it didn't lose a whole lot. So that's about right then. So that's probably perfect there. So, and then if I extended this thing down and that out, it would drop even more. So um, so in this case, like I was talking about in the front of the video, that it would probably look a lot lower. It's not that low. It doesn't take a whole lot of fluid, as y'all probably know if you've put fluid in it. So um, I'll grab that bucket here just to show y'all my mistake here. So this is what I put in there. Okay, so I don't know if y'all can read this. You probably can't, but if you look on there, that's about 24 ounces if I'm holding it steady for the camera here. So I got this thing following me, so it's trying to focus on me and not this. But anyway, yeah, that's 24 ounces right there at this mark right here. So I was about 24 ounces over, and that is 1.5 pints. So yeah, that's not good. So hopefully that helps y'all out, and you don't make that same mistake that I did. And now you know how to do it. Now you know how to not overpressure your system. So with any luck, since it didn't leak on me when I was doing some minor work, with any luck, it's not going to leak on me. If it does, then I'll take off probably the 2 inlets and change out both of the O-rings in there. Remember, don't over tighten your O-rings, guys. If y'all do that, you're gonna crush it down. I mean, those are regular pressure fittings, and they have that little O-ring in there, and compression fittings, I mean, and they have that O-ring in there, so you don't want to ruin that. So, all right. So other than that, having that little issue so far, I've been pretty happy with it. Let's see. I don't know how many hours I had on it last time I talked to y'all, but this time, so right now I've got 14.2 hours on it. So it's been running pretty good. Sometimes it does take a minute to start. You know, have to start it. It'll run for a second, it'll die, and then I'll start it back up, and then it'll run. I'll turn it up and it runs fine. And then after I do that, it starts up every single time, no problem, runs great. But otherwise, I dug out a hole here. It's a 4-foot hole. So it's 4 feet deep by 6 feet, or actually almost 8 feet wide and 8 feet long. And I dug that out in a couple hours, pretty quick, actually. I was surprised. But first, 3 feet were sand, so it ripped right through that, no problem. I mean, ripped right through it. And I already did a video on it digging clay, so I didn't want to show y'all a video of just digging that out. But I did hit some really hard clay about 3 feet down, and I still needed to go down at least another foot. So yeah, that's where I really started noticing it leaking real bad, was when I was digging in that clay and really grinding into it. So if you start leaking after overpressure, pressuring it really hard, you got something going on with your system that's overpressuring it. So you've either got this too full, or you've got your stuff turned up too high. So I think that might be the next video, is you know checking the pressures on this thing, so we get it to the recommended pressure settings for a machine like this. So all right, y'all. Hey, if any of y'all out there do have a manual for this thing, I mean, I'd appreciate some feedback on that. Leave that in the comments where I can get that at, because I went to their site, DL Ranch. I think it's DL Ranch. It's a Chinese site, and they didn't look like they had any manuals. So if y'all have one, man, I'd appreciate it if you throw that in the comments. All right, well, guys, if y'all like this content, please like and subscribe. Share the videos, in the groups. I know I'll probably share this in a couple of the Chinese mini excavator groups, because I appreciate y'all's support. I appreciate y'all watching. Thank you. Y'all have a good day. Y'all take care now.